What's up, everyone? Scott Lett here, owner of Iron City Power Washing. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. We're almost to Thanksgiving. We are actually taking a full week off. We've been busting it since beginning of 2021, and we have a lot we need to do before next year. So this week has been really dedicated to prepping for next year, 2022. There's a lot of things that we have to take care of. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. This is kind of geared towards you guys who have made it past your first year, second year, third year, things that, you need to be sure you have in place to keep your business alive, up and running, to be organized, to be safe from the IRS and all that kind of stuff, right? There's just things you have to do, as you're getting going into your, more veteran years, your 3, 4, 5 plus. Your first year, you first year guys just getting started, your year one is just seeing, hey, is this going to work for me? Am I going to be able to take my vision and my dream and my plan and get this business off the ground, right? You're just trying to build the brand in your area for your company, get your name out there, do good work, obviously make some money, reinvest that into more equipment, into marketing, and really just trying to figure out what works in your area, okay? And I will tell you guys, there's no secret way to market your business. It really depends on your services, your geographical location, where you're located, right? If you were to take my business model and my marketing plan and implement it in your city or your service area, it may not work, right? You got to decide, and you have to figure out what works in your area. Different geographics, demographics, different people respond to different ways, right? To different ways of how you market your business. That's up to you to figure out, right? What has worked for me is, obviously me coming back to Birmingham, to my hometown, and consistently posting on my personal Facebook page, our business page, creating organic growth on Facebook for people to see our business has given us a ton of business, relationships, Google My Business, which is now being converted to Google My Places. We're still waiting to hear what all that really entails, right? Just the infrastructure, the way it looks is going to be completely different. Having a website is super important. You want to be able to you want to be easy to find on Google, and someone types in pressure washing, for instance, Birmingham, Alabama. We should be one of the first companies to pop up, which we are. But we've also rebranded ourselves, and we have our algorithm, our SEO geared towards more of commercial style pressure washing, and that has worked, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to focus on commercial pressure washing, and also, we want to do residential work as well. So we have a great balance of that right now. But the point of this video is there's a few things I want to talk about that you may not have thought of to implement to your business, right? So we all know that client acquisition is super important. That's what keeps your business going. That's what keeps you afloat. That's what keeps your money coming in. Acquisition meaning your new clients, right? The people that, who are looking you up on Google, who are finding you on Facebook, who are referred to you in your business, and they call you. All right, that's a hot lead that turns into a client potentially, and you get them as a client, you do a job for them, you do a good job. That is considered client acquisition, right? So the flip side of that is the even more important part, which is client retention, right? Meaning that, once you do a job for them, that they're going to call you back in the future. That's how you build a book of business. The retention part can be tricky. So one thing that I highly encourage, first point being, is some type of CRM, client retention management software, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, whether it's some sort of email drip where you're in constant contact with them. We are actually using Jobber. It is a client retention software that we're implementing for 2022 to not only keep up with a book of business, but to send them constant emails, to handle invoices, estimates, all that kind of stuff. So Jobber is who we have chosen to manage all that for us. Now, do we have a person that's going to manage that? Not yet. My business partner and myself are going to be managing that aspect of the business, the client acquisition and client retention. So another thing that we're going to implement this year is a payroll system, right? I don't know how a lot of you guys are doing it, but we have a local accountant who handles all of our accounting, our taxes, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to get on a payroll this year. This is going to be busy season number 4 for us as an official business. Okay, so in the past we've been writing ourselves checks, and then at the end of the year we just print off our bank documents, our expenses and all that are included, and then we meet with our accountant, and then boom, we owe state, federal, all this and that. So anyways, that's a very unorganized way of doing it, really unofficial. You can get away with that, but to make things more official, us being an S Corp 50-50 partnership, we feel like it is now time for us to really implement a payroll system, meaning that we decide, hey, we want to get paid X amount every 2 weeks, every month. We want our federal and state, Social Security, all that go ahead and be taken out. We are going to set up a SEP, which is a retirement plan for small employees, the smaller guys, the small business owners like ourselves. You need to set up some type of retirement, right? You don't want to just pay yourself a salary and not have anything going into retirement, right? That's going to lead you into failure and having to work the rest of your life. So make sure that if you do have some sort of payroll, that you are putting some money into retirement. So just think of as having a corporate job and you get a paycheck and you have all these deductions coming out of your paycheck. It's the same type of thing, but you pay a company to handle that for you and your business. So that's one thing we're going to implement this year as well. And we're going to try to get it to where we pay quarterly taxes rather than waiting to March and say, here, this is what we made. Here are our expenses for the year. What do we owe IRS? So we're going to set up a way of paying quarterly taxes throughout the year. That way it's not as drastic of, hey, you owe this amount in March, or you get what I'm saying. So we are an S Corp 50-50 partnership. A lot of guys are against partnerships. I don't know why. You just have to make sure that you partner with someone you trust. So S Corps, from a tax break standpoint, makes more sense for partnerships. Now, if you're an LLC, or if you're someone who is just getting started, you don't really foresee having employees anytime soon, LLC may work better for you. So that's really for you to discuss with your accountant, the lawyer who may be writing up your documentation for becoming an actual business. So I made a video in the past about what it means to actually be a company. So this is kind of going to revisit that. Again, you first year guys getting started, you may just have a company name and you're just trying to get your name out there and make money. That is fine, right? So when you first get started, guys, you're just trying to figure it out, and that's okay. I did the same thing. I was a part-time guy. I had a company name, and I was just doing jobs here and there, making a little side hustle, and then eventually became a real business. And I became a sole proprietor and got a tax ID. Then I brought on my business partner. We had everything rewritten legally as a partnership. Then we got another tax ID, and then we had different insurances, workers' comp, all that kind of stuff. So that's another point, guys, is I want to make is just because you have a company name doesn't mean you're an actual company. You have to go through the state to get your name verified. That way there's no other company out there that has your name. It's not going to be accepted by the state. So once your name is accepted and they file your S Corp or LLC, however you want to do it, if you're just a solo guy like I was for a while, you could do a LLC sole proprietorship, which is fine. So the tax ID, guys, is for the IRS to know how much money you're making, expenses, all that kind of stuff, and that way you pay your taxes. So do not listen to the guys that tell you, hey, just fly under the radar and whatever money you make, pocket it, then man, what about the cash, man? Like, well, I want to get paid cash. I'm gonna pocket it. Every so often, if you want to just, someone pays you $300 cash, go give it to your wife for groceries, that's fine. But guys, if you're serious about having a power washing business or any business in the service industry, you need to do the right thing, right? You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure that you're paying your taxes, right? That's why it's important to get a tax ID, get your name legally written and approved by the state, and then you can, set up a bank account through your business, a business account, get a debit card, credit card, however you want to do it. And then once you have a business account, you can print that off at the end of the year and then send it to your accountant and say, hey, these are all my expenses. This is what I paid myself. And then boom, they send it to the IRS. They calculate how much you owe, your salary, your expenses, and then you're not in the red. You're not going to get shut down for not paying taxes, right? So yeah, make sure you're a legal company, your name's approved, you get a tax ID, you open up a business account that shows your cash inflow and outflow, and pay your taxes, guys. And that is literally how you do it. You don't want to, if you try to cut corners, it could really mess you up one day. So just do it right, especially if this is something you're going to do for the rest of your life, which is us. So we're just making sure that, our T's are crossed, our I's are dotted, everything is just set into place as you go. And then as you become more legit, get that payroll system implemented, get a CRM software, client retention, make sure you have a good relationship with your accountant. Just make sure you are actually, documenting how much you are making. Just keep up those things, guys. You do not want to get in this service industry and be unorganized. That's something that that could really end your business. And if you have a wife, get her to help you get organized. I mean, that's something that you just have to do. So yeah, guys, my encouragement to you guys is just be organized, do everything the right way. Try to add things each year. Once you've made it, once you figured out the business is going to work. So what are the things you have to do to become a legit business, right? You have to have a CRM, payroll, make sure you have a tax ID, a solid marketing plan put into place, and then get all that organized, and just make sure you're going into every year knowing, what's going on, right? How much money's going in, how much money's going out. Then you can forecast your expenses and then really understand, okay, this is what I can pay myself. This is the rate that we are growing every year. And this is how many people I can bring on this year. And slowly build, guys. Don't try to do too much at once. And, this is going to be my 4th busy season full time. And, I brought on a partner, and, we're a partnership now. And now we're to the point where we feel like we can actually hire a guy, maybe even 2, but we're going to just hire one, see how that goes. We're finally to the point now, so you just got to take your time, but just make sure that you have all those things into place, guys. Your legalization, your county taxes, or your county license, your state license. Make sure you have a tax ID. Make sure that you're organized. Make sure you have a good accountant. Eventually add a payroll. Eventually have a CRM to where you can keep up with your customers for not only client acquisition but client retention. Okay, so these are all the things that I'm learning as I'm going too, guys. When I first started this thing by myself, 4 years ago, all this was just a different language to me. But you guys who are just getting started, just do the best you can. Start making some money, pay off your equipment, reinvest some money into newer equipment, get your LLC or S corp or sole proprietorship nailed down, get liability insurance, protect your tail to protect your customers' property, and just grow gradually from there. That is what we've done. So anyways, guys, we got a big year coming up for 2022. It's going to be a very, very lucrative year for us. And we're just going to keep growing. Just let the Lord do his work. Give all the honor and glory to him. We're going to show up every day and work hard. take care of our equipment, take care of each other as business partners so we can take care of our family. Anyways, guys, happy Thanksgiving. Hope this video was somewhat beneficial to you. I know I rambled, but this is all experience-based. And just try to figure out a system that works for you and go master it. Scott Lett, Iron City Power Washing.